This is ABC.
Coming up, the national campaign to draw attention to the toll mental illness takes on individuals and communities is underway in Louisville tonight.
The Kentucky Air National Guard is called in for duty to help residents of Charleston, South Carolina.
And shouting, "We made it," thousands of East Germans arrive in West Germany.
Stay with us. Channel 32 News is next.
Some of the best breweries in the world are still found in Europe. In Germany, especially. The traditional way of brewing, the way our family started brewing beer in Germany, is to us still the best way.
Family brewers with a tradition of brewing experience that's longer than Miller, Coors, or Budweiser. Stroh's, a beer that's not the same as other beers. Fire brewed, family brewed, for more than 200 years.
Golf has just participated with BMW in a rigid test of gasolines. I mean, they were really finicky. And high-octane Golf Super was first in the U.S. to pass BMW's official test for lifetime intake valve cleanliness. The Super keeps your valves and intake system free of carbon deposits other gasolines leave behind. Of course, you don't have to drive a BMW to take advantage of Golf Super. It would be nice. High-octane Golf Super, another gasoline breakthrough from Golf.
Want just a slice or the whole salami? Something hot from the oven or cool as they come? How about pizza made your special way? We go to great lengths for whatever you want. We'll bend over backwards to make you happy. Kroger, our service is priceless. You'll see what we mean when you add up savings like these. You can count on Kroger to save you more with low prices every day. That's why you made us #1.
John Heyburn is telling us he's fighting against the incinerator.
I began my campaign out on Dixie Highway talking about my opposition to the hazardous waste incinerator.
But what John Heyburn won't tell you is that he is being paid by the company that was fighting to build the incinerator. He's telling us one thing on TV, but doing another on the job. John, tell us, just which side are you on?
This is Pulitzer Broadcasting, 32 WLKY, Louisville. Now, Steve Burgin, Sandra Hughes, Lee Yadon's weather, and Rick Van Hoose with sports. This is Channel 32 News.
Good evening, everyone. The senseless murders of 8 people at Standard Gravure and the suicide of gunman Joseph Westbecker painted an unnecessarily scary picture of most people with mental problems.
And that is exactly what a group of mental illness experts wants the public to be aware of. Because today marks the beginning of Mental Illness Week in Kentucky, and because Westbecker had a history of mental problems. Tonight, a candlelight vigil for the mentally ill was held here in Louisville.
We hope to bring to the attention of the public some of the problems that we deal with every day in terms of stigma and misunderstandings about what mental illness is, what the treatments are, and the fact, most importantly, that there's a lot of hope.
Because 1 in 5 Kentuckians will have some form of mental illness, the governor has proclaimed this week as Mental Illness Awareness Week. Grassroots coalitions will be focusing on facts and treatments throughout the week.
A longtime friend of Joseph Westbecker says Westbecker warned months ago that he wanted to kill top Standard Gravure officials. The most recent warnings came just a few weeks ago, according to James Lucas. On September 14th, Westbecker went on a shooting spree at Standard Gravure. 9 people died, including Westbecker, who committed suicide. Lucas said Westbecker had talked of hiring a hitman to do the job, and he came up with another idea to load a remote-controlled model airplane with explosives and send it flying into Standard Gravure. Lucas says he warned some of the people at Standard Gravure about those threats. Lucas adds he's sorry Westbecker's cries for help went unanswered. New security measures at the Jefferson County Police Department are not related to the Standard Gravure massacre, says Chief Bobby Crouch. Construction crews are revamping the front entrance of police headquarters located in the Hall of Justice. Plans call for bulletproof windows and an electronic door. Crouch says the upgraded security has been planned for 2 years, but other county projects took priority.
We've had a few threats, nothing serious, but mostly we just have people wandering in. And we've had a few people wander in that suffered from emotional problems.
Crouch says the new doorway and some other minor office changes will run about $20,000.
A teenage girl suffered head injuries tonight after a fall in southwest Jefferson County. 16-year-old Angie Johnson apparently lost her grip while swinging on a rope from one embankment to another. It happened in the Cane Run Road, Dover Road area. Johnson was taken to Corsair Children's Hospital, where she is in good condition. Illinois State Police are searching at this hour for a Fort Wayne, Indiana man and his hostage. Police say Jody James Lamont allegedly abducted 19-year-old Dorothy Quillen from her Sullivan, Indiana home and then fled over the state line. Tonight, Illinois police have added a state police airplane and are mobilizing their search in 2 counties. The 25-year-old Lamont is wanted for an armed robbery charge in Fort Wayne and is said to have been acquainted with his victim.
2 United Mine Workers Union locals in Pike County, Kentucky have been ordered not to return to work tonight. The UMW members are employed at mines the union claims are filling orders for the Pittston Coal Company. The walkout affects some 250 miners.
Thousands of East Germans arrived in West Germany tonight. The groups of refugees had been holed up for weeks in West German embassies after missing a chance to reach Hungary last month. But still more came from East Germany any way they could. David Rose has the story on their uncertain futures.
4 trains have pulled into Hof today, packed with cheering, excited East Germans. Over 3,000 had been waiting in the West German embassy in Prague for several weeks for this moment. They were greeted by friends and relatives already living in West Germany. The refugees' relief at having at last reached what they see as freedom was enormous. Many could only weep in each other's arms. The German Red Cross had hot food and drinks waiting on the platform for the refugees, many of whom seemed to be in a state of shock. During these, their first hours in the West, they queued to phone their relatives to say they'd made it to the West. The Red Cross have also been giving out free second-hand clothing. Many refugees had nothing except the clothes they were wearing, but all were happy to have escaped.
I think in the GDR, a new life is not good. It's not good. No chance. No chance. No chance for children.
My family was very happy. Unbeschreiblich.
Indescribable, he said. The children got their first taste of Western electronic games. The East Germans have tried to pretend the numbers leaving today were smaller than they were by simply not counting the children. Tonight, as the trains left for the resettlement camps, there's some debate about the actual numbers who arrived in the West today. Officially, 4,200, but some reports say another 1,000 jumped on the trains as they passed through East Germany. Whatever the truth, nearly 30,000 East Germans have chosen to leave their country over the last 3 weeks.
A historic visit in Rome. In St. Peter's Square today, Pope John Paul II welcomed Anglican Church leader Dr. Robert Runcie. Runcie's trip to the Vatican is part of a quest to someday bring the 2 churches back together. The Anglicans split from the Roman Catholics in the 16th century when the Pope refused to annul King Henry VIII's marriage to Catherine of Aragon. Mexican President Carlos Salinas de Gortari arrived in the U.S. today for a 6-day visit. Tonight he dined with President Bush at Camp David. Tomorrow, the Mexican leader is scheduled to have meetings with the president at the White House on drug trafficking, pollution, trade, and immigration.
On this Sunday, a day of worship and a day of thanks, the mayor of Charleston, South Carolina, is saying thank you. At a rally, Mayor Joseph Riley told several hundred weary volunteers that what they are doing will never be forgotten. The volunteers have come from all over the country to help the hurricane-ravaged city. The mayor says although Charleston may have suffered some damage, its spirit is still alive. Kentuckians can be counted among the volunteers helping Charleston. Trucks loaded with supplies are heading for Hurricane Hugo victims every day from the Bluegrass State. And today, an Air National Guard airlift to Charleston brought 25,000 pounds of needed supplies. Harold Adams has the story.
The massive C-130 Hercules transport plane taxied away from the Air National Guard headquarters in Louisville at 10 this morning. The big carrier was headed first to Lexington. It was taking off on the first humanitarian airlift ever performed by the Air Guard. On the ground in Lexington were 25,000 pounds of supplies to take on to Charleston, South Carolina. The supplies will be used to help the estimated 75,000 people left homeless by Hurricane Hugo.
Well, it helps Kentucky and it helps our National Guard because this is their wartime mission. So when they're training for this mission, they're training for what they're equipped and trained to do. So it helps everybody.
The goods included food, water, clothing, and more. The effort was spearheaded by WCOZ radio manager David Curtis.
We started off with like an 18-foot van, take the load down there, just Charleston, South Carolina. Next thing it grew into a truckload and a trailer load, and now into this airlift.
All of that helping spirit created a logistical challenge for the National Guard.
Normally when they palletize, they put the heaviest things on the bottom, and then they work up with the lighter things. The thing we had to be concerned about is to make sure that there was no hazardous material that was loaded, so we had to go back through each one of the boxes and check them, make sure there wasn't anything that was flammable or something like that.
Harold Adams, Channel 32 News.
Well, we have a wet start to the work week.
Reed has all of our weather details when we come back. Stay with us.
For the latest forecast, anytime, day or night, call the weather line at 585-1212. For Kentuckiana's most complete forecast, stay tuned. Reed Yadon's Channel 32 Weather Center forecast is coming up next.
I'm in the room of a national motel chain. Tell me, why would anybody stay here when there's a clean, comfortable Red Roof Inn right up the road? Hey! What are you staying here for? Red Roof Inns has rooms every bit as nice as this for about $30 less. You know, it's funny. It's the same thing the guy in 302 said.
Want a room for about half the cost? Hit the roof. Red Roof Inns. Call 1-800-THE-ROOF.
I'll see myself out.
Now on 5 days a week.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Even I can figure out that means 5 days of reruns a week. Oh, well, it's back to chasing cars in the afternoons. Or, yeah, I'll watch all new shows with Oprah and Geraldo. All first-run shows beats digging up those old bones any day. Even 5 days a week.
Oprah and Geraldo, weekday afternoons beginning at 4 on 32. They gave up good jobs in the city for life on the farm.
Sometimes I wonder why I left good old Sears.
But not just any farm.
I kind of like that.
What's so special about Quest Farm? Find out Monday on Channel 32 News at 6.
Tonight's news is brought to you by Bacon's, Kentucky's first department store, a tradition for 144 years.
It's finally here. The new Bacon Store for the Home. A sensational shopping experience with just about everything for the home under one roof. Celebrate our grand opening with big savings, including low grand opening prices on Clayton Marcus furniture. Save 20 to 30% on a large selection of sofas, chairs, love seats, and sleepers. Choose from an assortment of styles and fabrics. Celebrate and save during our grand opening. The new Bacon Store for the Home in St. Matthews.
Today marks the beginning of the fire hazard season here in Kentucky. That means some laws get tougher on outdoor burning. There is no burning within 150 feet of a wooded area between 4:30 in the afternoon and midnight. Division of Forestry Director Donald Ham says no outside fire should be started when the wind is blowing.
And Reed is joining us. Will the wind be blowing soon?
Yeah, the wind won't really be that much of a factor tomorrow, but as we start the new week out, I think the fog will be early tomorrow morning. Let's take a look at tonight's weather story, though, starting with current conditions around the Channel 32 viewing area. Skies are partly cloudy now. That's a little better than what we've had for the past several days. Temperature reading tonight of 68 degrees. It's very humid out there, 96%. Winds are out of the southeast at 4, and the pressure is 29.82. And the trend is rising. The high today was 77 degrees as we start a brand new month. Normal high for the first day of October is 76, and that's what we hit a year ago today. So today's temperature was pretty close to normal. Here's a view of the nighttime in the Louisville area. Some wet streets, few showers in some sections tonight, but most areas stayed dry. Showers moving out of our weather picture now, and the clouds are finally going to give way to some sunshine. But let's talk about the month of September. Highest temperature we had during September was 90 degrees. Quite a contrasting month, though, because the lowest temperature we had late in the month was 39 degrees. 2.17 inches of rainfall. That's about just not quite an inch below normal rainfall amounts during the month of September. Goodbye to September. Hello to October. So far, we only haven't seen that much sunshine during the month of October. Let's take a look at local live radar now, though. This situation is improving. At shower activity, I've been watching down mainly to the south for the past several days. is finally gone now. Storm system down to our south is moving away. Will allow the skies to kind of open up, give us some sun. What do we have going on as far as rainfall goes? Here's the way I looked at 6 o'clock tonight. And the current national radar picture shows the rain generally pushing off toward the northeast. Tonight, out in the higher elevations of Montana, in central Montana, they're looking for up to 4 inches of snow. That's a little hint that winter is really not that far away when you stop and think about it. Now then, take a look at the current satellite photo. Thinner clouds beginning to move in, some breaks in the clouds showing up around here and elsewhere. And what we have is this storm system moving out of the way, pushing the cloudiness with it, allow for a pretty warm day tomorrow. Looks like a fair amount of sunshine once we get rid of the fog, but with the skies clearing off tonight and some breaks in the clouds, looks like there will be quite a bit of fog in many locations. Here's a frontal system that will be moving in our direction tomorrow night. Behind the front, some cooler weather coming up for Tuesday. Now then, I'll share a forecast with you from the Channel 32 Weather Center. Overnight, partly cloudy skies and foggy. Low temperature in the low 60s. It's going to be quite humid, though. For tomorrow, becoming partly sunny. The high 80 to 85 degrees. And for Tuesday, sunshine behind the front. Temperatures in the middle 70s. So a lot of us, I think, had to switch the air conditioning on tonight, particularly with the humid conditions. We'll turn it off again on Tuesday, though.
So be careful on the way to work tomorrow. Will it still be foggy?
Yes, okay. I think so.
All right, thanks, Reed.
Coming up in sports, the season is over for most Major League Baseball teams.
And we'll take a look at a bizarre finish in Cleveland. Rick Van Hoose is next with sports.
Find hour after hour of savings at Circuit City's Marathon Sale. Catch all your favorite programs with this cable-ready VCR. Now only $169.97. Save on this Mitsubishi 110-watt matched audio component system with remote. Now just $599.97. Find hour after hour of incredible savings. It's the Marathon Sale at Circuit City, the intelligent choice.
If you're over 40, your eyes simply aren't what they used to be.
Dr. Jerry Beiser talks about changes in your vision.
As you age, your eyes are going to lose their natural ability to focus, especially when you read. The comprehensive eye examination at Dr. Beiser's Vision World is your first step towards seeing better and feeling better. So if you're over 40, do the smart thing. Have your eyes examined.
Dr. Beiser's Vision World.
My husband and I love coming to Long John Silver's.
Amy Buckle.
Sometimes he calls me that.
I do.
Because at Long John Silver's you can always get a great deal.
A treasure of a deal.
Oh, like this fish and chicken combo. A crunchy fish fillet.
And 2 chicken planks.
Plus all the fixins for just $2.99.
Shiver me timbers.
Oh, I love it when he talks that way.
She does.
The fish and chicken combo at Long John Silver's.
Ahoy, Mickey!
Did you order salad?
Hey, come here. Over here. That's right, in here. How you doing? I'm Papa John. This is my pizza.
Yeah, sure. Oh, it's big and whoa, it's hot.
I make 'em hot, you get 'em hot.
Smells good in here.
Smells good, tastes good. The perfect pizza.
Okay, I'll order one, but I don't want to find a little man in it.
Don't worry. I'm only in the commercials.
Call Papa John's today. We always deliver the perfect pizza, hot and fast.
Hey, come here.
No.
Angels, soldiers, bells, and bows.
Everything Christmas, now in every Lazarus store.
Lazarus Christmas Galleries.
You can hear an angel sing.
Time for sports now with Rick Van Hoose.
There is a storm brewing in Cleveland tonight, and I can't say that I blame Denver coach Dan Reeves, because in the fourth quarter, with a score tied, the fans in the end zone, known as the Dog Pound, threw eggs and dog bones on the Broncos. Well, the refs stepped in and asked the two teams to change directions to give the visitors a chance and get them away from the hostile fans. Well, what it did was put the wind at the back of the Cleveland Browns, and that turned out to be a major factor. 5 seconds left in the game, and Matt Barr, with the wind with him, going for the winning field goal from 48 yards, and he barely got it to cross over. Cleveland wins 16-13, snapping a 15-year losing streak against Denver.
You know, it's tough. 3 of our guys got hit with eggs down there. Bishop got hit with an egg in the face. Jariga takes 2 in the shoulder pads and getting hit with dog bones the whole time. And so we switch ends and they get the win. I would think that there was something they've got to do about that.
I'm disappointed in the way the game was conducted, because you let the fans dictate. And that's what the whole rule is supposed to be about crowd noise. You're supposed to, be able to run plays There's no way.
Next year, there will probably be a dog bone rule. Elsewhere, the Bengals pulled a rabbit out of the hat in Kansas City, trailing 17-14. Christian Okoye tries the right side. He's stacked up. Although you can't see it, the ball is stripped loose. Leon White picks it up without anyone seeing him and runs for the touchdown. The Chiefs didn't see it. The cameraman didn't see it. Neither did the announcer.
See what happened? I thought the play was over. They say Cincinnati picked up the ball and scored a touchdown. And frankly, folks, I didn't see what happened.
And that turned out to be the winning touchdown. Bengals win 21-17. And yes, for Atlanta, Deion Primetime Sanders has done it once more. Watch the move there as he returns the kickoff for the touchdown. However, it was a beautiful play, but they called it back because of a penalty flag. But Primetime is everything he's billed to be, I would say. Go to the scoreboard. Cincinnati won over Kansas City 21-17. Cleveland beat Denver. That's Denver's first loss. They're now 3-1. Green Bay passed Atlanta 23-21. The Colts beat the Jets 17-10. It was Houston over Miami 39-7. Buffalo beat New England 31-10. It was Pittsburgh passed Detroit 23-3. Washington 2 points better than New Orleans. New Orleans missed a field goal that would have won it in the closing seconds. Minnesota beat Tampa Bay 17-3. It was the Chargers over Phoenix 24-13. Seattle down the Raiders 24-20. The New York Giants are now 4-0. They beat Dallas 30-13 today. And it was the Rams winning the battle of the unbeatens. The Rams remain 4-0. And the Monday night game will be Philadelphia at Chicago. Chicago remains the only other unbeaten team. This was the final day of the regular season baseball season, but it wasn't without suspense because the batting titles were on the line. The National League, well, San Francisco's Will Clark started the day with a 1-point lead over San Diego's Tony Gwynn, but Clark had a tough day going 1 for 4. Meanwhile, Gwynn had a big afternoon, going 3 for 4 to nose out Clark and win his third straight National League batting title. Wasn't without controversy. Gwynn with a grounder up the middle. Now, is he safe or out? Well, a little too close to call. The Giants did argue more on the behalf of Clark, but Gwynn wins the title by 3 points with a .336 average. And Kirby Puckett nosed out Carney Lansford to win the American League batting crown. Puckett's average was .339. The Major League scoreboard, last time we'll take a look at it this season. Chicago beat St. Louis 5-1. It was San Diego over Frisco 3-0. Houston beat Cincinnati 2-0. Atlanta will go home on a losing note. Well, that's nothing new. 3-1 the final in 12 innings. It was Philadelphia past Montreal. New York beat Pittsburgh 7-3. In the American League, Baltimore over Toronto 7-5. It was Oakland over Kansas City 4-3 in 11 innings. Boston beat Milwaukee 5-1. Detroit will go out with the worst record in the major leagues. However, they won today 5-3. California was a winner. Cleveland goes out a winner. And Seattle beat Minnesota 3-1 the final in that game. Heavy rain washed out the final round of the Sintel Golf Classic, making the third round leader Bill Britton the winner. And in North Carolina, bad weather forced the cancellation of the Holly Farms 400 NASCAR race. There was a wildcat in the U of L locker room after the Cards went over Cincinnati, but it was okay. Donnie Gardner, a defensive tackle at UK, stopped by to meet with his brother Carwell, and we had the pleasure to talk with both of them.
I asked him last week what it would be like if you two went at each other.
I don't know. It'd be tough. It'd be tough. I've never really had a chance to go up against him. I hope I don't get it, but it'd be tough.
Hey, Donnie, you got to be proud of him the way he played today.
Definitely. I'd be proud of him if he played a bad game, but unfortunately he didn't. That's what I had was a bad game, so I'm proud.
Why you say you had a bad game, Carlos?
I don't know. I didn't have the same momentum I had in Wyoming, Kansas, and I guess West Virginia. I just wasn't up. I don't know why. I was kind of down. I started off with a fumble, had a penalty. I didn't feel like I was running the way I used to run. Early in the year. I just didn't feel it.
You can expect to see those two someday in the NFL together. And I want to tell you, if you want any scores any time of the day, you can call the Sports Center at 58-SPORT. Fred will be doing the update, or I'll be doing it. So give us a call.
So Bo Jackson takes a couple weeks off, and then he starts...
Gets back, he'll hit the grind in the football season in a Raiders uniform.
Thank you much.
Up next, why were dozens of pets being honored by a Louisville priest?
I'll look at today's unusual ceremony next.
Combos presents an exotic endorsement from someone who wants something extra in a cracker. Combos. Baked cracker outside, made with real cheese or real peanut butter inside.
Bite-sized food, real fast. Combos.
Combos presents a heavy endorsement from someone who never forgets what real peanut butter tastes like in a snack. Combos, baked cracker outside made with real peanut butter inside.
Bite-sized food real fast. Combos.
Make the move to your Lincoln Mercury dealer's official factory clearance with 2.9 annual percentage rate financing or up to $1,500 cash back on Cougar LS or Mercury Tracer, $1,000 cash back on Mercury Sable and Topaz, or get $1,000 cash back only on Mercury Grand Marquis. The official factory clearance. Make your move today. See your Lincoln Mercury dealer.
For years, this marathon station has been a part of this community. And to Mary Stewart, the people who come here aren't just her customers, they're her friends. Today, many oil companies have foreign ownership, but Marathon is 100% American-owned and operated. That's important to people like Frank and Mary Stewart, because they know the people they've got to please aren't overseas. They're right in their own hometown. Marathon, an American company, serving America.
I'm Tom Parks at Shoney's, and boy, do we have some beauties for you. A 24 shrimp dinner, fully loaded, just $4.99. Charbroil shrimp, $5.99. Do we have steak and shrimp? Are you kidding? Look at this. Shoney's, 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 Shoney's.
Okay, so I paid a little more to stay in this motel. But hey, it's got this lovely pool.
Next time, hit the roof. Red Roof Inns.
All this week, Catholics will celebrate Prayer Week for animals. The patron saint of all animals, St. Francis of Assisi, is honored, and so are the animals themselves. Gary Collins reports tonight on a special service.
For Father Bill Greiner, this service offered his first chance to sprinkle holy water on cats and dogs.
This one.
Greiner was asked to perform the service by Marlene Ryan, an animal rights advocate.
And in many respects, animals have not always been treated kindly by people and humans. So we feel this is a testimony to say that they are special.
As you bless an animal, you don't relieve them from getting a disease or from all that kind of thing. I think you really are focusing, yes, this is one of God's creatures. And
with music in the background, Father Greiner made the rounds of some 50 animals in about 15 minutes.
Now,
there were more than just dogs and cats being blessed today at St. Michael's. There were also horses and, of course, Leon the lamb. But what may have been the strangest pets belonged to the Cooljian sisters, Gail and Cheryl. They showed up with their caterpillars.
This one's under here. It's making the
Barbara Shields brought her dog Goliath.
People who really love their animals appreciate things like this. You see, my dog thinks he's part horse. He eats apples.
I think we brought a little joy to the animal owners, to the pet owners, and therefore we bring a blessing to our own parish and to our own community here. So I love it.
Now, St. Michael's Church plans on making this an annual event. Gary Collins, Channel 32 News.
Got a couple of cats, don't you?
Yeah, and I'm sorry I missed that blessing.
You're blessed. Trust me. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here next weekend. Until then, we hope you have a very good weekend. Watch out for the fog in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Good night.
Good night.
There's a new bank downtown with 85 years of history. It's the Stockyards Bank Downtown Financial Center on 5th between Market and Jefferson. with Stockyards one-on-one personal attention for loans, trust services, investments, every banking need. Plus Quest Network services and the ready access to decision makers that Stockyards customers have enjoyed at the main office for 85 years. Stockyards Bank, the bank that means business.
Hardee's presents the Supremes. We're the Supremes. Delicious roast beef Supreme. Supreme. Chicken filet Supreme. We're the sandwiches of your dreams. Ham and cheese Supreme. All topped with lettuce, tomato, mayonnaise, and served on a multi-grain bun. The new Supremes, only at Hardee's. Because we never forget you can always go someplace else. Hardee's Supremes.
I need a frequent flyer program that works for me. I don't make that many business trips. It could take me a year to earn a free trip. Nice to see an airline that thinks of the not-so-frequent flyer.
In TWA's frequent flight bonus program, you can earn free round-trip flights anywhere in the continental U.S. with just 20,000 miles.
And your mileage credits never expire.
Today's TWA. Find out how good we really are.
Now, Estee Lauder Laboratories takes skin care as far as our modern technology can go. Now, Future Perfect Micro-Targeted Skin Gel. This microsome formula gives your skin the luminosity of younger skin. Digitized image analysis developed for the space program shows the actual improvement in the appearance of lines, wrinkles, and smoothness. Try it and feel the future working for you. Now at Lazarus.
This is 32 WLKY-TV, Louisville's Cable 5.